Before you waste your life, watch this. My name is Evelyn. I am 78 years old, and before you close this video and go back to whatever you were doing, I need you to stay, just for a few minutes, because what I am about to tell you is something I wish someone had grabbed me by the shoulders and said when I was your age, when I was still in it, when I still had the time to change. You are wasting your life, not all of it, maybe not even intentionally, but you are letting days slip through your fingers like water, and you will not feel the full weight of that until the days are gone and the water has dried up and you are sitting somewhere quiet, wondering where it all went. I know because I am sitting in that somewhere quiet right now, and I can see it all so clearly from here. The time I spent worrying about things that never happened, the evenings I wasted being busy with nothing, the conversations I delayed, the people I took for granted, the mornings I rushed through without once stopping to feel them. I can see all of it, and I cannot go back. But you can go forward differently. That is why I am here. That is why I am talking to you today. My name is Evelyn. I am 78 years old, and this is what I know. I grew up in a simple home, hardworking parents. Not much money, but not much complaint either. I was taught to be practical, to be responsible, to keep moving. Feelings were something you managed, not something you explored. Dreams were something you had at night, not something you built your life around. You worked, you provided, you kept going, and I did exactly that. For most of my adult life, I kept going without ever really asking, where am I going and why, and is this actually the direction I want to be heading? I got married, I raised children, I worked, I kept the house, I showed up to everything I was supposed to show up to. And from the outside, my life looked completely fine, completely normal, completely adequate. But inside, in the quiet, honest place that I rarely visited, something was always slightly off, like a picture hanging just a little crooked on the wall, not wrong enough to demand attention, just off enough that if you looked directly at it, something felt not quite right. I never looked directly at it for a very long time, because looking at it meant asking questions I was not ready to answer. Questions like, is this really the life I would have chosen if I had chosen more deliberately? Is this what I actually want, or is this just what happened to me while I was busy being responsible? Am I living, or am I just managing? Those questions stayed in the corner for decades, and then my husband passed away. I was 66, and the silence that came after, the enormous, complete, slightly terrifying silence, forced me to finally look directly at everything I had been looking away from. And what I saw broke my heart a little, not because my life had been terrible. It had not. It had been genuinely good in many ways, but I had been sleepwalking through so much of it. I had been present in body and absent in spirit. I had been doing the things without feeling the things. I had been surviving when I could have been living. And I had lost so much time, so much irreplaceable time. I spent the first year after my husband died very still, just sitting with the truth of all of it. And then I made a decision that changed everything. I decided that however many years I had left, 10, 15, 20, I did not know, I was going to live them awake, completely awake, eyes open, heart open, fully present in every ordinary moment. And that decision, made at 67, late by any measure, gave me the best years of my life. So let me tell you what waking up actually looks like, because it is not dramatic, it is not a grand gesture, it is not quitting your job and moving to another country. It is much smaller than that and much more powerful. The first thing I did was stop filling the silence. We are terrified of silence now. The moment there is a quiet second, we reach for the phone. We turn on the television. We find something to fill the space because the space feels uncomfortable. But the space is where everything important lives. The space is where you finally hear yourself think, where you notice what you actually feel, where the questions you have been avoiding finally get a chance to surface. I started sitting in silence every morning for 20 minutes, just sitting, no phone, no television, no book, just me in the morning and whatever thoughts came. It was uncomfortable at first, almost unbearably uncomfortable, because when you take away all the noise, you are left with yourself. And if you have been avoiding yourself for a long time, that meeting can be quite confronting. But I sat with it every morning, and slowly, over weeks and then months, the discomfort became something else. It became the most honest and nourishing part of my day. The second thing I did was stop saying yes to things that drained me. My whole life I had said yes out of obligation, yes to events I did not want to attend, yes to commitments I resented, yes to relationships that took without giving. Because saying no felt selfish. It felt like a failure of duty. But here is what I learned at 67 that I wish I had learned at 27. Every yes you give to something that drains you is a no to something that could fill you. Every hour you spend doing what you feel obligated to do is an hour you cannot spend doing what genuinely matters. You have limited hours, finite, irreplaceable hours. And you get to choose what fills them. Choose deliberately. Say no to the things that dim you and yes to the things that light you up. Your time is too precious for anything less. The third thing, and this is the one that changed my relationships most completely, I started actually listening. Not listening while thinking about what I was going to say next. Not listening while half watching the television or half thinking about dinner. Actually listening, looking at the person in front of me and giving them my complete, undivided attention. It sounds so simple. It is almost embarrassingly simple. But I had rarely done it in my life. Not truly. And when I started, when people felt truly heard by me for the first time, something happened. They opened. They came closer. They told me real things. My children started talking to me differently. My grandchildren started seeking me out. Friends I had known for decades suddenly felt closer than they ever had, because I was finally fully there. The fourth thing I want to tell you is about gratitude. Real gratitude, not the kind you list in a journal because someone told you to. The kind that hits you in the chest in an ordinary moment and makes you stop and think, this right here, this is it, this is the gift. I found that gratitude in the smallest places once I started looking. The smell of coffee in the morning, a phone call from my daughter that made me laugh until I cried. A walk on a cold day when my cheeks went pink and my breath made clouds and I felt completely alive inside my body. Sunlight through the kitchen window at exactly the right angle. These things were always there. I just had not been paying attention. Pay attention, please. The beauty that is available to you every single ordinary day is extraordinary, but you have to be present to see it. You have to slow down enough to let it land. And the fifth thing, the most important thing, is this. The people in your life right now are the point. Not the things you are building, not the goals you are chasing, not the plans you are making for when things finally settle down. The people, right now. The ones who call and you mean to call back. The ones you keep meaning to visit. The ones you are going to spend more time with when things are less busy. Go to them, now. Not when things settle. Things do not settle. Life does not pause and wait for you to be ready for it. It keeps moving, and the people in it keep moving too. Some of them will be gone before you get to them. I know this because I lived it. I had things I meant to say to people who are no longer here to hear them, and that weight, the weight of the things you did not say to the people you cannot say them to anymore, that is the heaviest thing I have ever carried. Do not carry it. Say the things now. Go to the people now. Be there. completely, wholeheartedly, without your phone in your hand and half your attention somewhere else. Just there, just present, just loving the people in front of you the way they deserve to be loved. I am 78 years old. My name is Evelyn, and I wasted more of my life than I am comfortable admitting. Not in big dramatic ways, in the small daily ways that accumulate into years. Years of half-presence and postponed intention and conversations I was not quite fully in, and mornings I rushed through and evenings I spent on things that meant nothing. I cannot get those years back, but you still have yours. You are still in it. You still have mornings and evenings and phone calls and dinners and ordinary Tuesday afternoons that are waiting to be fully lived. Please live them. Please stop saving your presence for special occasions and start bringing it to the ordinary ones. Please stop waiting for conditions to be perfect before you decide to be happy. Please stop scrolling through other people's lives and start showing up for your own. Your life is happening right now, not later, not when things calm down, not after the next achievement. Now, this moment, this ordinary, beautiful, irreplaceable moment, do not waste it. You will not get it back. My name is Evelyn. I am 78 years old, and I am finally awake. Please do not wait as long as I did. Thank you for watching.